Darkness covered me. It was an all-encompassing shroud that seemed to seep into every corner of my existence, leaving no room for light or hope. Life before Jesus was a dark place. I wandered through shadowy alleys and abandoned buildings, feeling the weight of emptiness pressing down on me. I was lost, searching for meaning in empty rituals and false promises. Each step I took felt like a journey deeper into a labyrinth with no exit. Satanism seemed to offer power, a way to control the chaos around me. The rituals felt like a grasp at something tangible, a way to command the darkness, but it was a lie. The promises of power and control were as fragile as a shattered mirror, reflecting only my own brokenness. I felt so empty inside. The solitude was overwhelming, a constant reminder of the void within me. Every day felt heavy, like a burden on my soul. Each step was a struggle, each breath a reminder of the weight I carried. I was trapped in a cycle of fear and despair. The rainstorm outside mirrored the storm within, relentless and unforgiving. I didn't know how to escape. The edge of the cliff seemed like the only way out, but the fog of confusion held me back. The darkness whispered that I was beyond redemption. It told me that my soul was too tainted, too far gone to be saved. It told me I was unworthy of love and forgiveness. The whispers were persistent, echoing in the silence of my lonely nights. It was a powerful and seductive lie. The darkness was a siren, calling me deeper into its embrace, promising solace but delivering only despair. A whisper of hope. One day, everything changed. It was a day like any other, yet it felt different. The air was thick with a sense of impending transformation. I was at my lowest point, ready to give up. Life had become a series of endless struggles, and I felt utterly alone. The weight of my burdens seemed too heavy to bear. Then, I heard about Jesus. It was a name I had heard before but never truly understood. The stories of his miracles and teachings seemed like distant tales, irrelevant to my life. A friend shared their testimony, speaking of his love and sacrifice. At first, I resisted. I couldn't believe that such love and forgiveness could be meant for someone like me. The darkness clung to me, whispering doubts and fears. It told me I was unworthy, that I was beyond redemption. The shadows of my past loomed large, threatening to consume me. But the seed of hope had been planted. It was small, almost imperceptible, but it was there. A tiny glimmer of light in the vast darkness. I couldn't shake the feeling that there might be a different way. A path that led away from the pain and towards something greater. It was a whisper, a gentle nudge in my heart. I started reading the Bible, drawn in by the stories of forgiveness and redemption. Each page seemed to speak directly to my soul, offering comfort and guidance. Each word felt like a lifeline, pulling me from the depths of despair. Slowly, I began to see a glimmer of hope, a promise of a new beginning. The journey was just beginning, but I knew I was not alone. Stepping into the light, it was a moment of profound transformation, a journey from darkness into the embrace of warmth and clarity. The shadows that once clouded my vision began to dissipate, revealing a path illuminated by hope and faith. Accepting Jesus was the most important decision of my life. It was a commitment that reshaped my entire existence, filling the void that had long been a part of me. With each step, I felt a deeper connection to a purpose greater than myself. It was like a weight lifted from my shoulders. The burdens I had carried for years, the regrets and the pain, all seemed to melt away. In their place, there was a sense of relief and tranquility that I had never known before. The darkness that had haunted me for so long began to recede. It was as if the light of his love was chasing away every shadow, every fear, and every doubt. I could finally see the beauty of the world around me. The world felt new, washed clean by his grace. Every day was a fresh start, a chance to live in the light of his mercy. The colors seemed brighter, the air fresher, and my heart lighter. I found peace and joy that I never thought possible. It was a joy that came from within, a peace that surpassed all understanding. It was a gift that transformed my relationships, my outlook, and my life. The emptiness I had carried for so long was replaced with his love. It was a love that filled every corner of my heart, a love that overflowed into every aspect of my life. I was no longer alone. My life was no longer my own. It was a life dedicated to his service, a life lived in gratitude for his sacrifice. Every moment was an opportunity to reflect his love and grace. I was a new creation, walking in his light. The old me was gone, replaced by someone who was whole, healed, and redeemed. It was a journey of continuous growth and renewal. The guilt and shame of my past were washed away by his sacrifice. In their place there was forgiveness and redemption. I was free, truly free to live a life of purpose and joy, guided by His everlasting light. Faith became my anchor, my guiding light in the storm. It gave me strength when I was weak and hope when I felt lost. I learned to trust in God's plan, even when I didn't understand it. Through prayer and fellowship, I found a community of believers who embraced me with open arms. They became my family, my support system on this new journey. Life still has its challenges, but now I face them with a newfound courage and resilience. I know that no matter what, I am never alone. If you are lost in darkness, know that there is hope. Jesus is waiting to welcome you with open arms. He loves you unconditionally and desires to set you free from the chains of your past. Take that first step of faith, reach out to Him in prayer, open your heart to His love, and let Him guide you on the path to salvation. Remember, it is never too late to find your way back to the light.
If you love God and His work, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment Amen. May God bless you abundantly.